Hello guys, and welcome to something a little special that I have for you today on the channel. So as you know, in the past I've been a part of a few YouTube hops with some fellow Aussie scrappers, and basically what that is we all make a video based on the theme and we link to each other's videos, and then you hop around to each video, leave us all a comment and go in the draw to win some fabulous prizes. This month we have a few extra surprises as well for this hop, so yeah, we would love you to follow all the links and leave us all some love and let us know what you think of our comments. So of course, this month, the theme for this hop is Christmas, and I decided to do something a little different that I don't usually share on my channel. I decided to do some Christmas cards, but because we know that I can't stay away from the mixed media, I thought I'd do my take on Christmas cards, which is I thought we'd make some mixed media Christmas cards. So I'm starting with this awesome new glitter paste that I happened to get this day, which is what gave me the idea for this, and one of my favorite stencils that I bought. It's just a Kitaholic Christmas tree, and it's been amazing for my Christmas cards. It is beautiful, and of course, as you can see, when you put certain things through it, it just shows up amazingly. I thought I'd show you a few different techniques with the same principle in mind, so the same stencil and the same card, but just different medias, just to show you how you can get a different look. Now this is something I've been wanting to try for a while now. Recently I plugged my Mink in so it was much more accessible to me, so I've been using it a lot more, and I had read about a trick where you could use modelling paste as an agent that would stick to the foil, so I thought I'd give it a go. I wasn't 100% sure with how it would work. Wasn't I surprised? So basically, this is just regular modelling paste. I'm putting it through the stencil, but the trick is it has to be very dry. You have to dry it really well before you run it through your Mink, otherwise it won't work. And the other thing is you need, wherever the modelling paste is touched, it will transfer the, excuse me, the foil. So as you can see, I've got a few smudges, but I'm not too fussed on that. I go with it. But it worked amazingly. I was quite surprised actually. But I did let it sit overnight. You do have to make sure that your medium is dry before you run it through, so remember that. This is something I've been wanting to try too. I really wanted to do a really mixed media background, so I got my Lindy's Gold mist, sprayed it on my craft sheet, and then I'm just applying it to a card using, you know, just slapping it down. The first one, I think I used way too much ink. The second one, sorry for my big head in the way, I think it's the middle one I end up using, and then the last one was just a bit too light. Now I have dried everything. I've just cut all that out because no one wants to watch me sit there with a heat gun. I don't even like to sit there with a heat gun. So once again, same stencil, this time with some black Dilutions paint, and sometimes when I use this it does seep under my stencil. I think it's the way I'm applying it, but I go with it. I make it work. So I just get a makeup sponge, dabbing off the excess, because if you have too much paint you won't get a clean image. So always, yeah, this is why I use my craft sheet a lot. And yeah, I tape it down to make sure that my stencil doesn't move, so I don't get yeah, a wobbly image. But as you can see, I've got a few little pieces there that seeped through just a tiny bit, but I figure I'll make it work. So I go back and get this glitter paste that I'm slightly obsessed with, and I'm just going to go through and line a few of the branches with it. But I also decide, I see some of these what would you call them? They look like little circles through the stencil. I think they're meant to be holly or something. So I decided to bling them up, get some of my different sized clear bling, and attach them to the stencil to give the image a bit of dimension. And I have to admit, this I think is my favourite card. I really like the way this one turned out. And as you can see, I never stay clean when I'm at my desk, no matter what I'm doing. So I have managed to get some black paint on the side of that there, but I'm using this as a focal image, so I'm going to get some cardstock to back these on, which means I am going to trim these down. So I'm not too fussed about that because I'll trim it down smaller to make it fit onto my card. So if you haven't followed one of our YouTube hops before, basically the idea started, oh goodness, last year sometime I think it was, maybe even earlier. I have to look back on that. And a group of Aussie YouTubers got together and decided to do some YouTube hops every few months. and we've done Halloween, spring, Easter, all sorts of different themes. And yeah, we post a video. Most of the time we're sponsored by fantastic Aussie scrappy shops or kit clubs or something. And if you leave us all a comment, you go in for every video that you come across, you leave us all a comment and you go in the draw to win a fantastic prize. And you know, it just helps to spread the scrappy love. So you know, we get to share our videos with you, and you get to see all our channels, and you know, maybe find a few new channels that you'd like to subscribe to. And yeah, we love to hear from you as well. We love to hear what you think of our projects, and there's always a very big variety of projects. So I'm doing cards today. In the past, oh goodness, I've done scrapbook layouts, I've done a journal, all sorts of stuff. And if you follow each of the links, which will be in the description box below, you will find your way to some fantastic Christmas themed projects. So I do hope you hop along and see everyone's projects. We can't wait to hear from you, so let us know what you think. So now the final part of this video is where I put the cards together. So like I said, those were my focal images, and this is going to be the base of my card. So I'm just cutting some cardstock, some 12x12 cardstock down to in half, so down to 6 inches, and then I'm going to cut it down to 8x6. So when I fold it, I'll get a 4x6 card. Now all I did was I just cut it, and then I used my cutter to score. Well, I used a scorer to just score the halfway line as well. I do have a scoring blade for this, but I've lost it, so I'm just making do with what I got. But yeah, so basically I've just cut piece of cardstock in half, and I've gotten 2 card bases out of it. And then I was going to draw lines and guesstimate, but I thought I know the exact size of my card base, so I may as well use my cutter and do it properly, and it's so much faster. So I'm just trimming this down to fit on a 4x6 card base. So I'm just cutting off, I think, like, I couldn't even tell you because I don't work in inches, but basically just enough to give me a thin board all the way around. So I've trimmed it down. Like I said, I've cut off that little black piece where I got my black fingerprints. And yeah, I'm literally just attaching it to my card base, and I'm almost done. Now for my sentiment, I'm going to my Tim Holtz Chit Chat Occasions sticker book, and I'm picking out a Christmas phrase that I like, and I'm sticking it straight on, and that's my card done. So I don't make cards often, but if I were to follow with this pattern or recipe, basically, it would be very simple to crank out a whole bunch of cards using similar supplies, and sort of like a production line, I guess you could say. It would be very easy to prep a whole bunch of these and do them all in one go. But I wanted to show you 3 different mediums, 3 different techniques, same stencil, and like I said, same card, but just a different look every time. And I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I really like the mixed media feel on these cards with the foil and the glitter paste, and of course my favorite with the Lindsay's background and the black paint. So I really love the way these came together, and I love having a mixed media spin on anything. So if I can get away with mixed media Christmas cards, I most definitely will. So I hope you've enjoyed my video. I hope you've enjoyed my spin on Christmas cards, and I hope you will hop along to the next video. The link is in the description box below, like I mentioned, and in the description box for that video you will find another link to another one, and so on and so forth, until you end up right back here where you started, and that way you know you've seen every video in the hop. So I hope you get some great Christmassy scrapping ideas, and I hope you enjoy all our videos. So that's it from me. Stay tuned for some videos, for some photos at the end of this to see my cards, and also of our fantastic sponsors for this month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!